librarian in my life. I grew up in a small town in Oklahoma, and when you went to our library, the adult section was to the right, and the kids section was to the left, and that was that. And the librarian's name was Cornelia Sifferman. And Cornelia Sifferman looked like a woman from the 1950s movie Desk Set. It's a throwback, because that's how long she'd been working at the library. And when I was about 8, I realized I could ask Cornelia Sifferman questions, like, what does a flamingo eat? How do I draw a baseball player? I've read all the Encyclopedia Brown books. Are there any other books? And Cornelia Sifferman would answer my questions, and one day she was towering over the kids' shelves, you know, in her skirt suit with shoulder pads. And then she took off to the adult side, and I froze, and she said, "Come on, kid, there's not a wall there." And she said, "You've read all of Encyclopedia Brown, how about Sherlock Holmes?" And I'm struggling under the physical weight of this book. But she's confident I can read it with the help of a dictionary. And she did this for everyone, for all the kids. I wasn't special, and so I want to thank her for doing that. In the book, The Real Riley Mays, Riley also grows up in a small town in Oklahoma, but her library experience is a little different. She sneaks into the school library while it's dark and everyone's at lunch, and then she crawls up to the computer and she pulls a hood over her head and she Googles questions about this sketch show comedian who she adores. And then she realizes she might have a crush on the woman, so she types a question into the Google that says, if I'm gay, will it ruin my life? And the only thing on the screen is, if I'm gay, will it ruin my life? Is not acceptable to your safe search filter. But she does learn to, she does eventually become brave enough to ask other humans her questions about her crush. She gets up here and turns around, there's many more people than she thought. And that's all the big thing that I think librarians do in our lives is, despite the laws that are getting passed in states like Oklahoma, where I grew up, you all are continuing to help us ask questions and find answers. And I want to thank the Stonewall Committee and the American Library Association, not just for this award, but for helping people like me ask these questions, no matter how small or silly they seem at times, because it's so great to feel like librarians will always have answers or help you find them on your own. So I want to thank you for that. I also want to thank some humans who helped make The Real Riley Mays possible. I want to thank Susan Hawk of Upstart Crow Literary, my agent, who believed in me so much. I want to thank Donna Bray of Balzer and Bray, Dana Fritz, the art director at HarperCollins, lots and lots of other people at HarperCollins, including the HarperCollins Union. I want to thank the Kentucky Foundation for Women for supporting this book with a grant way back. I also want to thank SCBWI Mid-South. I want to thank my family, Rick, Jana, David, Kaio, Hannah, Jack, and May, for coloring some of those zine pages at the end so that I could get done before the deadline. And finally, I want to thank my partner, Carol Mason, who married me during the making of this book. I love you. You don't even know how much.
Good job.